I guess I'll give my quick review on Candyman 3 Day of the Dead, which I believe came out in 1999. It's directed by Tori Meyer and it stars, of course, Tony Todd, Donna DeRicchio, Nick Corey, Alexia Robinson, and Lupe Ontiveros. Sorry if I pronounced any of those names wrong. Now, this movie is supposed to be set in 2020, which I thought was kind of weird. um, and it's in Los Angeles, California, and the Candyman is conjured up during the Day of the Dead ceremony. Um, this one is a direct sequel to Candyman 2, and it follows the daughter of the woman from the second movie. So I guess it'd be Candyman's great great granddaughter. But anyway, she want this. I think her name is Caroline. Her friends own an art museum, and she accidentally conjures up the Candyman, and he starts killing people again. And then there's this group, kind of like this cult, that wants to bring the Candyman. They like worship the Candyman and stuff. They steal a bunch of the Candyman's art, and they play a part in it somewhat. But Caroline gets framed for these murders, kind of like how Helen Lyle was framed for the murders in the first movie. And she, has to prove that she's not the one doing it, and she has to destroy the Candyman, and blah, 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 blah. Basically, this one's just a straight up slasher movie. I only seen it once, and yeah, it wasn't. I don't really remember much of the kills in it. I just remember certain plot points and stuff. Like in this one, they kind of retcon some stuff from Candyman 2. Like, it. Well, the mom doesn't die in Candyman 2, at the end of Candyman 2, but in this one, they said that I guess Caroline accidentally conjures up the Candyman, and it kills the mom, I think the mom conjures up the Candyman to protect her daughter, and Candyman kills her in a bathtub, and it makes it look like it's a suicide. So I thought that was weird. And then there's a plot point about how, and like in the first Candyman, like I said, Candyman's kind of like Freddy Krueger. Like, if you don't talk about him or his legend or whatever, then the fear won't spread and he won't come about. And then the second one, in order to defeat him, you have to destroy the mirror that his soul went into. And now in this one, you have to kill the bad part of him, which are in these paintings he made, because Candyman was a painter. So the character has to destroy his paintings in order to defeat him. So he kind of reminds me of Freddy Krueger. Like, they changed his death so many times in the movies. Like, yeah, it's weird. And then it's kind of weird too that Candyman 2021 kind of took a lot of things from this movie, because because the main character is an artist, and Anthony's not a descendant of Candyman. I guess Candyman kind of imprinted on him, but this character is actually a descendant of Candyman, and she's an artist, and she gets framed for the murders, kind of like in the new Candyman. What else? There's an art studio. They conjure up the Candyman in an art studio, kind of like in the new one. These characters accidentally conjure up the Candyman in an art studio. Yeah, I think that's kind of weird that there's some similarities, like, out of all the things you could from people from Candyman 3. But yeah, it was not a great movie. I don't really know what else to say about it. Like I said, I only seen it once, and I just remember certain things from it. Like, the kills weren't really that memorable for me. There's a lot of, like, hook stabbing and stuff. And I think this one was the first one that went straight to video. So yeah, you know what I mean. And Nick Quarry's in it, and he was the guy that played Rod in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. And I remember his death. I think, but that's about it. Yeah, it's not a great movie. It's not very memorable to me. But anyways, that's my review.